football on EA Sports. Today's matchup features a very dangerous offense. The Giants rank in the top 10 in total yards, and they go up against the Eagles defense that believes in itself. With that, let's get you out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 9 matchup.
All right, Larry, thanks. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. Now a play fake here on first down. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he's brought down. They'll get 16 yards there. And it'll be a Philadelphia first down.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Now the former Oregon man, this is Kenyon Barner. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
From midfield, here's Wentz. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. And a peek at the offense. And Matthews, a guy that we have to talk about.
And Jordan Matthews, Brandon, is an anomaly. Normally, a long receiver plays outside. He likes to work out of the slot. Does a terrific job absorbing punishment and catching the football.
3rd and 11. And some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. Throwing is Wentz. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
So here now the old wily veteran, 13th year in the league, Donnie Jones to punt it away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Here's the backup running back, Carlos Williams. And he'll cut it to the... And now nothing but green ahead of him. 20. Touchdown, Giants. Carlos Williams, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now it's Barner. He's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And out come the Eagles. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up. But you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance. because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be a second down. And quickly the starting 11 now for the New York defense.
Jason Pierre-Paul, so good to see him back on the field, resuming his place as one of the elite pass rushers in the league.
8 yards to go here on second down. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Wentz to throw on second down. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And the Giants ready to come out now. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now Manning throwing on second down. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And that's caught inside the 35. These guys told us, these guys being the coaches, they wanted to really stretch the field, get the ball down deep. They were able to do that here.
And you know when you stretch the field, you often leave guys in one-on-one situations, and that allows your better athletes to go up and get the football. I love the preparation that they put into this. They made it a priority, and they got what they expected.
Wentz now nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Giants have it. It's picked up, and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll run again now with Darkwan. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. Throwing is Manning on third down. Looking for Cruz, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance. And to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that.
Down the numbers. There he goes. The 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar, his second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already. And
there he goes, right side. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Carlos Williams, his second TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now it's Barner. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. That goes for a gain of 31. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions, because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
They go play action here on first down. Green Beckham has it over the middle. And he's brought down. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
On first and 10, here's Wentz. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And that'll make it second and 10.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. Detroit.
Wentz will try again on second down. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And that will be incomplete as well.
That's a nice play by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. Excellent body control. A tall corner who often has to really do a great job of bending his knees to stay with his receivers. He just did a nice job there. The man they call DRC got a PBU for pass broken up.
Look at you, Mr. Acronym. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point. So no problems converting there.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And here's Lewis. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Williams, and able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. The defense came out with a look that they had prepped for all week to attack. They took advantage, got the first down.
And the key words in there, prepped for all week. They really studied them, understood their tendencies, knew what they liked to do, and prepared their game plan accordingly. And boy, the payoff was good.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
Evades the tackler, and now some space. Give him 30 yards there.
And that's why defense coordinators always preach 11 guys to the ball. Because sometimes you have a missed tackle, but if you have a swarm of guys around, less room for them to roam even after the first missed tackle. In this case, tackle was missed, plenty of open field to get after that.
Now the defense definitely showing blitz here. Here's Darkwa. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Madden. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a 2nd one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. always better than nothing.
And he will take a knee here. So per the new rules in 2016, this will be brought out to the 25-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here we go.
On second down, here's Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And it'll be a third and about 13.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Wonder what's in the offensive playbook on 3rd and 13. We're about to find out.
Here we go. Green, 39.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Flush to his right. Trying for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the longtime Bengal, Leon Hall. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit. But for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Another pistol look here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to air it out deep for Matthews. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Eli Apple with another pass breakup there. He's having a heck of a game. Multiple deflections.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. Back to the air on second down. Wentz. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've got to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. And now a fumble. The ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
3rd and 11, 5 in the secondary now.
Nickel look. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford. But first, this timeout. Second down fumble. Now the offense needing to do something here on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Manning trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
Here we go.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. And Matthews has it right side. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll make it a 2nd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. He sets to fire deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is down deep into Giant territory. A big play that time. Wentz to Matthews. 57 yards. So they're operating in the red zone. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now Wentz. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though. Huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 30.
Now Wentz again. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
And they'll be in search of 11 yards here on 3rd down. Wentz now on 3rd and goal. That is caught at the 7-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Wentz to throw for it on 4th. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And the Giants are going to get the football back. And New York set to take the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And the D looking like they may blitz. They begin the drive with Williams. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. Now they'll run it on the toss. Room here to run. Extending the arm.
Oh, yes, it works.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, that's the desired outcome coming out here in the second half, of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. And they want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time. But The way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it. And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Now a handoff here to his running back. He finds some open field here. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Giants. A big play there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead. Now Brown to add on the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A look at the offense now here coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after him early and try and...
He's got a man. Complete. 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dorial Green-Beckham, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles get a score closer. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
And here's Lewis. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now out come the Giants. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now Darquan. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Manning going to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Here's Brad Wing now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. And now the Eagles offense back out onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Jordan Matthews, the one he was looking for. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Let's go. Green 3.
Wentz will try again on second down. Ertz over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Trying to go back to Matthews there. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Here's Donnie Jones now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded just inside the 30. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On the run, Darkwa. And he's got some space here. 30, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Orleans Darkwa, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And down on the score.
Sends it, Bert. You see how...
Now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So the D-line's going to spread out.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
On 1st down, Wentz going up top. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time, Wentz to Matthews. And even 50 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dorial Green-Beckham with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. And this one through the uprights and good. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line. Right around the 36. New York set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They come out here in the eye. They'll run with Darkwa. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. A gain of 3, second down. And they're going to speed things up here.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Throwing is Manning on third down. He finds Beckham complete. 18 yards there and a first down.
Well, that's the kickstarter right there. Eli Manning finding his guy, Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, it's a deadly combination, isn't it?
It really is, but what really makes it work is just how unflappable Eli is with his demeanor, able to maintain his calm and his poise. Because we know, OBJ, he can run pretty hot and get excited out there.
Sometimes just one-handed grabs for him.
It doesn't matter what it is. Just throw it up there. He'll go get it.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now they try the right side here. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, Giants. Orleans Darkwa. His 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And before they can get the play off, here's a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball. That's their first of this second half. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
And Matthews has it right side. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. So here we go, a 3rd down after the 2nd down pass completion. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Here's Donnie Jones now, as he's on to punt for Philadelphia.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. They come out here in the eye. On 1st down, Manning. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Odell Beckham with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Giants have got it on cruise control. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here's Brown out to kick this one away. Now it's Barner. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now let's go. Blue line it. Blue line.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
Detroit! Detroit! Here we go. Leopard!
Back to the air on 2nd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Plays like this when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Going deep here, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Landon Collins. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. And New York set to take the field. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And they'll run it here. And he'll touchdown, Giants. A great effort there with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Giants offense cashes in with 6. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. On the return now, it's Josh Huff. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
And on 2nd and 10 now. And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
Now let's go. Mike by 5. Mike 55. Mike by 5.
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And down he'll go at the 25. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get into football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field and just
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. B.J. Goodson, the rookie out of Clemson, in there to bring him down, and it'll be a play to remember for that young man, the first sack of his NFL career. Fielded at the 20. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Muscles him off. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. And a big face mask penalty here, 15 yards.
You never want to get your hands up in the face mask area because your fingers can get tangled up there, and that can hurt you as a player.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And quickly, they get to the line.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game. Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
And Brown able to put it through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
Now it's Barner. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. Wentz going to try and throw on third. Aguilar has it. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. They're going to hurry back to the line now. So the D-line's going to spread out. They go play action here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. Looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. So 2nd and 10 here. Wentz will try again on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. 5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. Wentz going to throw. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Landon Collins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And New York set to take the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they? They
certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar.
There he goes left side. The 20, 10, 5, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing, too.
Oh, she's singing.
She's on, like, the 5th tune at this point.
She left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. It's the big offseason signing from Miami, Olivier Vernon, in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It's JPP, 7th-year man, Jason Pierre-Paul, in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. To throw is Wentz, finding time. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
But, partner, anytime someone tells me their fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play, because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a 3rd down attempt.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. They have that feeling that has to be the best. You just go out in complete control of this game here for hopefully one final possession.
And it's a culmination of preparation that began with something along the lines from the head coach of, we're going to win this weekend, and here's how we're going to get it done. And covered all the details that went into it. They practiced them. They went over them. They tweaked the game plan as the week went on. And to find it all coming together and see it finish this way,
makes them happy.
Oh, that's satisfying for them.
Yeah, they were very, very good. Now the last stages of this one. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
We got four. We got four. Hey, Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. And what a game again. Another win for this unit.
And it's not even cookie cutter. We're seeing them win different ways each week. Confidence awfully high on this football team.
So for the Giants, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they'll have another home date next week as the Cincinnati Bengals come to town. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a President as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.